If you fall under one of these 5 categories, I have the perfect website for you that I'm so excited to share. This website has solved all of my cruise searching difficulties. Number 1, that you want to find not necessarily the least expensive cruise, but the best value cruise, meaning a cruise started at this price and now it's way down to this price. So you can consider that a really good deal. Number 2 category would be anyone who's looking at last minute deals. Last minute deals tend to be the best deals, and some of us are in the position to wait until the last minute to book, and this breaks down the absolute best of the last minute deals. Number 3, this is becoming a very popular category in the cruise industry: solo travelers. Solo travelers often have to pay a supplement fee, but often that supplement fee is discounted, and you can find those cruises so easy on this website. Next, if you are in the category of looking at specific cruises, but you want to wait to book when the price drops, or you've already booked but you haven't made final payment, and you want to be notified if that price drops so you can scoop in and rebook and get that price adjustment. And the number 5 category that you may fall into is if you're someone who likes to have complete control over what you're booking and want to have access to all the cruise lines, not just the one that you're the most familiar with. I think we all have a favorite cruise line, and not necessarily because we know it's the best or we believe it's the best. We just get comfortable with it, right? We get to know the ship's layout, the names of the restaurants and the venues, so it makes it easier to navigate. But also we get used to their websites and we understand better how to book and how their different packages or add-ons work. So let's get into this. I'm going to show you how to easily access all these different bullet points. I'm going to give you the basics, and by the time we're done, you're going to have so much fun with this site and realize how much access to information you have.
Okay, we're going to start by going to cruiseplum.com, and remember, this is not a site for booking your cruise. It is purely informative. Okay, this is the homepage, and I'm going to start with a basic search. And I mean, when I say basic, it still can get quite detailed right here, and then we'll save the fun stuff for in a little bit. So I'll start with there's 3 options here: a standard search, suite search, and a detailed search. But I find that the standard search is extremely detailed. So it kind of shows all the different things that you can search. Taxes are included, price history, all that. So we'll go through that. Start searching. There's always a few basic questions in the beginning. So we'll just say 2 people out of the United States, because that is where I would be coming from. And then this is where we start. So as you can see right now, there are more than 97,000 options. So over here, you're just going to pick the things that are important to you. But there's everything, which one that I just noticed was shareholder benefits. So you can even have that as an option if you own stock in one of the cruise lines and you only want to book cruises where you can get some shareholder benefits. So if we're looking for, there's a monthly calendar where you can pick a month of the year of when you would like to book. Or if you want to get more specific, you can book your embarkation day. So that's important if you're doing like a specific holiday vacation or something like that, where your kids are off school on certain days. So you need your cruise to embark within a couple of days. To keep this easy, I'm just going to start 2025. We'll just look in January, and you can see it already narrowed everything down. Cruise length, that is going to be important because they go all the way up. So if we just know we only want a 7-day cruise, that's it. Okay, pop it in there. Then I want the embarkation port, because there's only certain ports that I'm going to embark from, which I'm sure is the case for most people. So under North America, I'm going to go to Florida because we always cruise out of Florida when we're going to the Caribbean. So I'm just going to pick all of the locations, and it shows how many cruises are from each embarkation port. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. If there's any specific ports of call you want to make sure included, you can specify that there. If there's any ports that you don't like, you can click to skip them. Now, I will also pick lines and cabins, because if I know that I want to do an inside room or I know I want to do a balcony, I'm just going to click that right away, because otherwise it will show, as you can see over here, inside, suite, mini suite. And if there's no reason to filter through all those room categories when we can just narrow it down. So there are certain cruise lines that I would be interested in looking into. I know celebrity, so I'll pick balcony for celebrity. Holland America, yep, haven't been on them yet. Choose that. Norwegian, of course. And let's say Royal Caribbean. Sure, why not? Okay, so that's going to be our search, because I feel like if you want, you can pick the vessel too. So if there's a specific ship that you're looking for, or size of ship, you can even narrow that down. But we won't make this super long-winded. So now you see you have the date, and you can organize by any of these things. And there's cabin per day, total cabin price, base fare per person. So I like to sort by cabin price per day, because I guess this one doesn't really matter because they're all 7-night cruises. But if I'm looking at a range, obviously one with less nights is going to be a less cabin total cabin price. So I want the per day, and I want it to be, as you can see, from least to greatest. And so here we go. This is everything in January, starting with the least expensive cabin price per day. So this is for 2 people. This is your total with taxes and whatever. So we'll just pick this first one because it's first. Click the more information. So this is amazing, because this is where you can find so much different information, room categories, and it shows the cheapest. Even though we clicked balcony, when you go into the specific cruise, you can see all the different room categories and what the price difference is. Even here, discount versus average base fare. Inside room is 40% less, balconies are 50% less, that sort of thing. Breaks everything down, taxes, port charges, all that stuff that we always want to know. But some websites, cruise websites, don't show that information until the very final part. So here, the base fare history, I think this is really cool because, it shows where prices have gone. Now, these seem pretty steady. I mean, they kind of go up and down a little bit. It looks just like the premium rooms, which that looks like it's like a suite or a haven type thing. It was this much for a while and jumped down, quite a bit. Then you keep scrolling. It shows the itinerary, where you embark, all the different stops that you have, and where you disembark. And at the bottom, even has a bunch of information specifically about the ship, the year it was built, how many passengers it holds, because, sometimes that can make a difference in our choices as well. If we want to be on a bigger ship or a newer ship, all that information is right here. It will also suggest, which I don't know if I saw that, right here, interested in deals on similar itineraries, you can get as low as $97 per person per day. So you can click that, and then it will take you over here and show you a similar itinerary with much discounted pricing. We'll get into more of that in a minute. So if that maybe the itinerary wasn't for you or whatnot, you can close it, or maybe the Equinox isn't. So I'm going to scroll down, and the Escape. I've been on the Escape and love to go back on the Escape again. So let's take a look at that one. All the different pricing, and then, like I said, the discounts versus average fare. And this one doesn't show that there's been much discounting. I mean, a little bit on Ocean View and a balcony, but not that much. And then here's all the port stops. Now, if you join an account, this is how you can save information. So you'd click on your email here once you have an account, and then you can look at your watch list, change your profile, your preferences, and save specific searches. But they only allow a few. So I can go into my saved searches. I think I have the max, which is 5. So I think you can only have 5 searches. You can also, if you want to watch the price, you can click track here and it will email you if the price goes up or down or whatever criteria you want to be notified about that particular cruise price. All right, so let's go back to the home page because I just want to show you over here on the deal side. This is all of the kind of cool stuff. So first of all, hot deals. I love the hot deals.
Hey everyone, please pardon the very brief interruption. I'm trying to make this year, 2024, my year of growth here on YouTube, and I need your help. If you could like this video, and better yet, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content intended to help you cruise better. Remember, you can always undo it, and I deeply appreciate your support. Now back to the...
You just specify by where you're coming from. So South Florida, again, we'll leave it at 2 people, standard cabin, and then showing deals, good, better, or best, which you can see the best is in this like navy blue color. I'm always going to start there. And I mean, there's not a ton, but if this December, which we're actually looking to go on a shorter cruise, November, December, only $247 for a balcony. And so we'll just click on that really quick. And this kind of shows like what's happened with the price and whatnot, where it goes to ports, if those are ports of interest. If not, go back. And Holland America, they have some balconies that appear to be really good deals. Let me click on this one. And as you can see, this one had much more drastic drop in price, especially for the spa rooms and the balcony rooms, making it, a lot better of a deal. So here's MSC. And again, just because they embark out of Florida, you can see some of these, you got to pay attention because they're one-way cruises that end up and you got to get a flight or hop on a different cruise ship to get home. I look at this one all the time. And then, of course, you probably want to live close to port because it might be hard to get a flight, but last minute deals. I thought these were really cool. Again, go to best, and there's not a ton of them, but I mean, $449 for a balcony for 7 nights. Wow. I mean, that leaves in less than a month. That's probably why. And you can see, I don't even know what happened here. See if there's anything else. I mean, sometimes I think these, like London to Miami, that's, at least you only have to have one expensive flight if you fly to Miami, but then you end up, if you fly to London, you end up in Miami. That's not terrible. $689 for 11 nights. But yeah, so that's the hot deals. Okay. So if you know any solo travelers or you are a solo traveler, it can be difficult to find out how to be able to book without paying the supplement. So the supplement is the fee that you're paying for the difference between having 1 or 2 people in a room. When there's 100% supplement, that means you literally pay for 2 people, but you'll be having the room by yourself. Now, I know that there are solo cabins, but a lot of people don't prefer that because they are very small. None of them have windows or balconies. When you go into solo deals, you just click on it, everything they have here, and then this shows the supplement fee. So when you see 0%, that means you're paying the single person base rate, and then you're getting a full balcony to yourself. So that's pretty nice, but we'll just narrow this down a little bit up here. So maybe you just want to do celebrity, Holland. All right, we'll just try that. I don't want to do too many. And so here we go. Look at these. They're negative. So how does that work? They are less expensive than a single rate. Wow. This is only $115 per day. I mean, it's an inside room, but 9 nights, 50% off. Oh, and it goes to some of my favorites, Aruba, Bonaire. I've never been to Bonaire, but I'm sure it's similar to Curacao and Aruba, and Grand Turk is another one we can't wait to go to. Wow. Okay, but like I said, there's so much to look at that, I mean, you can just have a lot of fun with this and save everything. Remember, everything you want to do is going to be up here. So for all your deals right here, any of your standard searches are right there. And then all of your, oops, so now we got out of this. Always got to go back to the basics. So then all of your filters are over here. So yeah, have fun with this. Let me know if you were familiar with or if you're using it and what you think about it. Leave a comment below.